Hi, hello, welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to Diablo 3. It's been a while. Want to play some Diablo 3 in preparation for a little project we like to do here on the Onkruid channel. Returning viewers will definitely know what I'm getting at. New viewers will definitely think that I'm crazy after I speak the sentence I'm about to speak. But we do some primal hunting here on the Onkruid channel. We spend some time, and sometime is I think the right way to describe it because it can go in either direction as we have noticed in previous seasons. Every Diablo 3 season we spend some time chasing that elusive primal ancient legendary, the nice red border without having Facebook open in the background, we do that. The nice red border around a very powerful version of an item. An item you can only get after completing Greater Rift level 70. If you don't know about Diablo 3, this will all sound like a very weird branch of Spanish to you, probably. A language you might speak, you might not speak. Even if you do speak Spanish, it'll still sound like Chinese to you. What am I getting at? I was thinking about yeah, I definitely want to do that again this season because I have been enjoying my time in Diablo 3 already, as evidenced by Paragon level 219 popping up right there. I've played my fair share of time on this Demon Hunter. Wanted one of those multi-shot screen destroyer Demon Hunter builds that we all love and enjoy. Not at that build yet. I'm still working with the seasoned build that relies on Spike Trap. And I'm thinking, okay, before we get there though, it's still taken a while, but I want to record content right now. I want to keep up the momentum I have on Onkruid channel, where I have been quite consistent lately in uploading every other day. It has been going on like this for probably a couple of months by now, I believe. I'm not completely sure. I should check it maybe if I want to say things like that and toot my own horn. But to put it very bluntly, this is easy content for me to create. What I'm doing right now, the first part of this series, we're doing kind of a road to the hunt for primal ancient legendaries. And the first part of the series is gonna be road to a second ring of royal grandeur. Give my first one to my follower in order for these two sets to work so that I could get double Death's Breath and double Greater Rift Keystones. But now I need another one for myself, especially if I want to start using my new build, because I don't have all 6 pieces yet, so I need the Ring of Royal Grandeur in order for it to work, and I am not necessarily insanely tired of this Spike Trap build. It's more fun than I expected it to be, but I want the multi-shot screen clearing to happen. First part of this series is gonna be me farming that Ring of Royal Grandeur. Second part of the series is gonna be me trying to finish my build, but I'm gonna do that while I'm trying to get to Greater Rift level 70. And then the third part is gonna be just farming and looking for that elusive red bordered item, like I just told you. It is not gonna be the most enticing content. The main focus of this series is that I'm gonna try and have some nice and short little videos where I dedicate my mind to talking to one singular subject. This is kind of a little introductory video. Of course I hope I get the Ring of Royal Grandeur this episode, because that would make life a lot easier. But then again, I want to test myself to see if my brain still works. I uploaded a successful video, the most successful video on my channel, especially because I got some traction from the Park Notes channel over to my channel about having to learn how to think again. But then after that, I didn't really do that much with that promise, or with that kind of promise I made to myself. And I guess this is finally me trying to fulfill that promise to myself and learning how to think again. And I know that it's not the purest form of thinking, because there's some brain rot involved where Diablo 3 is playing in the background like a Subway Surfers clip would do its job on something like TikTok. Nevertheless, I just felt like doing this. Every episode, one subject, try not to divert from it too much, and really train my mind to have some insightful things to say. Train my mind to be more associative again, because I feel like I often have more ready in my mind, if that makes sense, than I actually let out, because I flood my own thoughts with random stuff, with stuff impeding my actual flow of reasoning. And in the same time, I'm definitely also working on my English, which, in my opinion, is okay, but can definitely still get better, you know? Of course, it can always get better, you can always improve even further in a language, but I feel for me, I'm using too many, and this is gonna sound like I'm a complete snob, like I'm a little bit of an asshole maybe already even, but I want to use more difficult words, a larger variety of words. I just want to make my language production more enticing in all forms. Also in Dutch, but I think speaking in English can help my Dutch a little bit as well, just because I'm formulating my thoughts more clearly. Do I think this is valuable content? There's a discussion there. There's a discussion to have there. I think for me personally, it's going to be valuable because, as I just said, I'm working on goals quite important to me. And I'm probably going to talk about some subjects that are near and dear to my heart, or maybe just random things I encounter online, I don't know. It's the same as every Onkruid video, I guess, where I just ramble on, but this I want to be more focused, more conscious. Is it going to be the most valuable content for you? I'm not certain, because it is just going to be another one of those ramble sessions. As with my previous Diablo 3 content, I think it might be a little bit more suited for one of those second monitor content sessions, you know? Maybe that's a little bit more the style these videos are gonna get again, but that is not gonna stop me from making them. Because the thing I was struggling with today, I was really thinking about while eating, is my perfectionism. Is my idea of like, is the gaming content I'm creating still valuable? And I think I add value to it by employing my personality while gaming, of course. If you get set bracers, I shouldn't actually check, I know that it's Krell. I add value to it just by being my own person. And that sounds like rootin' and tootin' my own horn yet again, but I think that's basically my whole view on this YouTube thing, is that it's always valuable to make your content because you're making it. A very interesting quote I heard yesterday, and by yesterday I mean 2 days ago, but I am a pathological liar after all, is that you own everything that's happened to you. You own all your own stories, and it is your right, it's your privilege even, to share that information. And that's something I really need to work on as well. I want to become a better storyteller, because I think that during my job as a therapist and clinical psychologist, I have definitely forgotten how to tell my own stories. More often than not, this was already the case throughout the earlier phases of my life a little bit, but now it's become more intense. People tell me like, okay, Vincent, tell me something about yourself. Tell me a story. Say something. And I'm just sitting there like, because I'm so used to listening to other people's stories that I kind of forgot how to shape my own narratives and share them to the world. And I think that a mindful, more slow session like this, more slow series like this, more slow, even if it's only one video like this, might help me out a little bit. Help me out a little bit in redeveloping that talent, where I feel like that it was a talent, or it could still be a talent, but I need to pour some more conscious effort into it. My book-focused series that I am doing on YouTube about The Gift of Therapy by Irvin Yalom, book lying right here. I keep that motherfucking thing on me. I think that's already contributing to this talent a little bit, because I try to tell a little bit of a story about every single chapter, but it's still mostly, or largely at least, relying on Yalom's words and his insights. So it's not necessarily exactly the same, you know? It's not exactly what I want to create. I want to have my own say about things, have my own view about things, and share them with you. Now, we do get double bounty caches. That's what I forgot a little bit. So if there's a legendary ring on the floor right now, there's not. Okay. Whew. They're sparing me a little bit. We have at least one more episode in this phase of the plan. I hope it makes sense to you. I hope you're looking forward to it a little bit. I hope it can entice you in any way, shape, or form. Ooh, we actually want this on our follower, I think. And we want this more than a bottomless potion. Well, maybe not, because we get life on hit that regenerates a little bit. Regenerates a little bit harder. Another thing we are going to focus on, and I don't need to tell you probably, because you probably already know what I'm about to say, is talk a little bit slower, you know. Just talk a little bit slower. Give yourself the time to actually formulate the thoughts you want to formulate. Now that is interesting. Yes, because we are almost never earning massacre bonuses either way. We're still looking for a lot of pieces of the puzzle for our multi-shot build, but that's something we will get into further in the next couple of episodes, or try to contribute to in the next couple of episodes. Thank you very much for watching this first one. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.